Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we have something a little bit different for you. Instead of our Learn from Pro series, I'm going to be trying something out. I'm getting back into competing StarCraft 2. Amateur play. I almost said professional, but definitely not professional. On the amateur side, this is a replay of me in the Korean Starcraft League, hosted by Chicken Man and Dave Testa on Thursday nights, technically, at any time. 12 p.m. Korean time, so pretty late night. This is the first tournament I've played in about 6 years, so I was definitely feeling the nerves. They were coming back a little bit, and today we're talking about how to not die to cheese. So my opponent, I'll just start off. This is round one. This is game two. The first game was just way too sloppy of me to even go over, and there was a lot of sloppy mistakes in this one as well. But I'm going to kind of go over more of the core fundamentals of what I should have done to hold this better, because I know I definitely could have. But my own poor play and everything. Heat of the moment, hindsight's always 2020. You go. My opponent is Meomaika. He is a Vietnamese Zerg player, very good. I think he's Grandmaster. I didn't double check, but he's definitely GM on the Korean server. Yeah, this is game two. So game one was a very aggressive game, so I kind of expected that, but I still wanted to play a little bit more safe. So I'm opening up with a 2-1-1. Pretty standard builds, pretty, covers all the bases. And can hold off early aggression if done right and not done like a dummy like I am. And you'll see why I'm a big dummy here. So let's go ahead. We're going to disable the music, actually. No, we're bringing it back. So yeah, the build itself, pretty straightforward, right? We send our first guy. He does our depot. He does our barracks. Our next SCV, and not this one, but the next one, is going to go and be our scout. And everything's looking fine here from, I guess, a point of view. From our point of view, if we close the production, we can see that, we're just playing a very standard opening. And we're going to send this guy across. Actually, let's go to my camera perspective, because this is the important part, right? Spamming my buttons. And then I start getting ready for my natural expansion. So the first Overlord, I don't know if you guys saw that in the mini-map. Take a look, watch the mini-map. Boom. Immediately under attack. So this is immediately pull back. So we're gonna run through my entire thought process here of what we're supposed to do. We're gonna do completely our point of view first. So as soon as I see this happen, I see all these lings. We're snap canceling this. We're gonna finish this wall off, and then we're gonna continue our Reaper. Now the interesting thing is, Zergs don't normally 12 pool Terrans. That's not really like a thing that happens very often, but it is a form of early aggression, and it's kind of good to know about. I did think this was just a simple 12 pool. Unfortunately, it's not, and I make that mistake. But I would say this is probably the correct response so far. We are going to go bio heavy in the late game anyway, so getting an extra barracks up is fine. We can also kind of bank it and save for a. I don't know if saving for a factory is the right call. I think since we're already going to be floating a ton of minerals by canceling the command center down here, it's better to just throw down another barracks. Otherwise, we're just going to have so much. We're going to have so much like money that we're just floating in the early game. The other good thing to do is build an extra supply depot in the back over here. So the Zerglings are just now hitting, and I Reaper spawned, so we're pretty much safe. This is why most people don't open 12 pool against the Terran, because once that Reaper comes out, if you don't have speed, then they're kind of screwed. And speed definitely wouldn't be starting here for a long time. And I get some good harass, and he does this really good split where I lose track of all of these. I lose track of every single Zergling here. But what I should have done too, I think the best response here is as soon as he saw the Reaper and he ran away, I think it would have been better actually to have ran across the map and try to get any sort of damage done, or just see what my opponent's doing. Because back at home with a bunker and a marine, I'm totally safe from any early Ling shenanigans, and Banelings won't be coming for not a long time, but definitely for another minute or two, right? But don't worry, I'd make even more dumb mistakes. So I chase these Zerglings, which again I don't think is the smartest, and this map isn't really the longest. Here's my other mistake. I canceled the bunker. To my shame, I canceled the bunker. Why you may ask? Well, I was like, you know what? If he's going super hyper early aggression, we just staved it off with the Reaper and pushed all of his Lings back. He's going to come back and attack with a couple Lings and maybe a Bane. So I'd rather have the money and then build a third barracks and a factory. So that way I'm playing a really early 3-rack style. I can get really aggressive and punish him for his early game aggression, knowing that he's on less economy, or assuming he's on less economy, I should say, because of his opening. But my dumbass, first off, I didn't even scout his base. I don't even know what the hell he's doing over here. All I know is he went early pool. He went 12 pool or something close to that, 12 or 14 pool. It was really early. I don't even know if 14 pool is a thing anymore. And really, I already have enough minerals. So this is a bad choice. Leave this bunker here. I think everything up until now is okay. And except for maybe I could send the Reaper across. The downside is obviously if he gets Zergling speed, the Reaper dies instantly for nothing. So if it wasn't a Roach all in, sending the Reaper across may have been more of a mistake. But canceling the bunker is the biggest mistake by far. And then my other mistake, I know there's a lot of units out there, and I still decide I'm like too confident at this point, so I throw down a tech lab to start working on STEM. So this is all just big mistakes, and I think nerves got the better of me here. Again, I haven't competed in like 6 years, guys. Come on, give me a break. And then I was also just kind of like leaving SCVs around. My reaction was good, but all my decisions afterward were bad. Even microing to stop that was bad. And then I stopped microing this Reaper too because I'm more focused on my macro. And this is another mistake here. Going for this reactor, I think, early. I don't think it's as bad if I didn't start this tech lab. I think the tech lab could have been fine if my factory was quicker as well. That way I could get a siege tank out early. But I just now scout the Roaches right as the first one is about to... Right as the first one hits my base. And I am like, oh shit, I have to rebuild this bunker. As soon as I saw the Roach one, I was like, oh, that's not good. And I didn't see the natural. I knew. I was like, oh, he's going all in. So this tech lab was wasted time. This refinery is wasted time. He's just able to kill my SCV no problem and destroy the bunker. And then my micro is just a little bit poor here. For some reason, I think he's attacking this. I didn't cancel the bunker, and I didn't cancel this reactor. And then I have to start a Widow Mine because I need to produce these units here, right? Like I need units on the field. What I should have done is pulled from the micro point of view. I should have pulled these guys. I should have drilled them into this mineral field here until my Marauder was closer, and then my Widow Mine was also closer. Instead of pulling off now, I should have drilled them here and then waited for my Marine, my Marauder, my Widow Mine all to come out and then charge them with everything. And then I'm just like not microing my Reapers back here. I accidentally right-clicked the bunker, so they start repairing that. Nerves definitely got the better of me in this game. But there's a lot of stuff we can learn from this, right? Like, yeah, it's a little short 4-minute video. It's me getting absolutely destroyed by... on the Asian server. But the biggest takeaway is, right, if we see that early aggression, we don't have to play hyper defensive like I did. Or I mean, we don't have to play hyper greedy, I guess. I think playing this hyper defensive style with the bunker is still good in case of follow-ups like Banelings, because a Baneling will destroy this first wall and you can get some good snipes off on the Banelings as they're approaching. I think being more proactive with the Reaper, that's number 2. So number 1, I think don't salvage the bunker. That was the biggest mistake. Number 2, be more proactive with the Reaper, obviously. Number 3, ignore add-ons until I know I'm in a more safe position, or I have enough stuff that I can defend. Like if I had 5 Marines in a bunker and a Reaper, then I think I would have been in a way better position than if I had 1 Marauder, 1 Marine, and a bunch of SCVs. You know what I mean? Those are my 2 biggest takeaways from this entire game. I think the decision making itself was pretty good in terms of snap canceling the low ground CC, putting it on the high ground, starting up this bunker, starting up the second barracks. I think adding in 1 more barracks would have been smart too, because I'm already at 150 minerals. So what I should be doing right now is honestly throwing down one more barracks, probably on this side, and then just pump a bunch of Marines.
Command center upgrade complete.
Because the best part is, even if he does go very aggressive with the Lings in the early game, right? Even if he like goes ham and makes a ton of Zerglings and doesn't switch into Roaches, a bunch of Marines and a bunker is just still infinitely better than anything I did. So, and leaving the bunker up is there's no reason to remove it, right? Because even if he transitioned to a Bane bust, he could go here, but then that leaves him in range of the bunker fire for longer. He could go here and then try to go for the bunker, but even then I'm just saving a lot of resources, you know? Yeah, and I'm already up to 350 minerals. I don't need to expand because my opponent's definitely not going to expand. If you check the units tab, he's on 12 drones, right? Like, we can continue making SCVs. We can make more supply depots. We can get ahead economically from this point while still building an army. We don't need the advantage, I guess, of add-ons. And also, God, my micro was so sloppy. Like, why? I thought I saw the pack go this way, so I chased this way, but I should have just ran across the map. But yeah, this is my, it's a quick little video of how not to be an idiot like me, and kind of trying to take you through steps on how I'm going through and improving as a player, and giving myself more honest feedback. And hopefully you guys can see the way I dissected the game, and you can do it yourself. So, I mean, there's no reason to be harsh on myself. But there's a lot of things that I definitely did wrong that I know what to do in the future now, right? Especially looking at it from a hindsight point of view, which is always 2020. And I think this is probably more common as Asterion players. We're going to run into more of a Roach all-in. So getting the factory up is essential. If I had that second barracks, it might make sense to start a tech lab on one of my barracks, keep producing Marines. Once the tech lab's done, swap it with the factory, and then we're good to go to hold any early aggression. Because obviously, Hellions and Widow Mines aren't the best. Widow Mines can work, but they do die to Ravagers pretty easy, especially if they're good players, and they'll just snipe your Widow Mine. So, actually, as soon as it goes off, I don't think Widow Mines are actually good at all in this situation. As soon as the Widow Mine goes off, you killed maybe 1 Ravager, if that, or you just killed a couple Lings. So, yeah. And, but yeah, I hope you guys like this, and let me know if you want to see more of this, or if this was dumb, and you'd rather just me stick to professional replays and analysis. And, yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye.